When Donald Trump came to the Collier County fairgrounds in October last year, he was greeted by enthusiastic crowds. This is an affluent, conservative part of the state that hasn't backed a Democrat in decades. And much of what Trump said, especially on immigration, was well received.
You look at what's going on. They're deported, they come back. They're deported, they come back.
Bob Daughter is typical of those here that back President Trump's temporary ban on 7 Muslim-majority countries. A U.S. Army veteran who served for a year in Iraq, he says the ban is a security measure that has nothing to do with religion.
We're not fighting against Muslims. We are fighting against evil. People on the left cry for more gun control. And then President Obama at the time says, well, if we can save one child, then indeed we should have gun control. We should have all these massive gun controls. Well, if we can save one American, isn't this the right thing to do then?
For those protesting at Orlando's International Airport, there's little agreement with that sentiment, but Collier County is steadfast in its support of the president. The county's Republican Club president Scott LEPORE says many view the measure as a means of protecting their way of life.
When they get here, they want to burn the American flag, tell us how much they don't like our democracy, and you got certain areas in Michigan, in the upstate area, that want to have Sharia law. It can't happen. We're Americans. And Donald Trump's election was basically the second civil war in this country.
Demographically, Collier County is around 80% white and many residents are retirees. It doesn't represent a state that Donald Trump won by a narrow margin, but in a tight-fought election and consequent victory, they're making their voices heard. Ever since the president's actions went into force on Friday, much of the focus has been on protests at airports across the country. But in communities like this, where Donald Trump received huge support as a candidate, they see him as simply fulfilling his pledges. And in fact, many say he hasn't yet gone far enough. Andy Gallacher, Al-Jazira, Naples, Florida.